Boo! Hi! Alright, as promised, I'm going to show you some calculator basics in plugging in things into your data, plugging data into your calculator, and also doing, I think, 3 things, okay? We're going to learn how to do a couple of things. Of course, there's going to be other ways that you learn. Well, I don't know why this showed up, okay? We're going to learn how to do stem and leaf. We're going to learn how to do one variable statistics, and I'm going to show you a frequency table / a histogram, okay? You know, I may not show you stem and leaf, but we'll see if we get there, okay? All right, so we're going to take this data. Please find this page here of total home runs for Babe Ruth, Hall of Famer baseball, and also Barry Bonds. You know, old times and new times, right? Modern and old, okay? I'm sure a lot of you guys, before you do anything with data, what you need to do is kind of analyze it first, right? You're going to analyze it, okay? Now, these are, you know, going from 2001 bonds, right? Okay. And this is when Barry Bonds, and these are, you know, as they progress in their professions as professional baseball players, okay? And like, you can see how it's, you know, transition. Do they get better? You know, do they have their peak? You have to think about, okay? Look at Barry Bonds. Is there any special value that actually stands out? And I wonder why that stood out. For example, take a look at Barry Bonds' 2001 season. Whoa! Look at that. What the factor? 73? I mean, he used to hit like 16, and that was considered really good, right? I wonder what that 73, what's the significance of that 73 is. Was there something going on? Was that at the peak of his career? Was that at the prime age? I don't know, okay? And then think about the beginning of their careers and the end of their careers, beginning and the end, right? Think about that too, okay? There's something special that happened. If you want to look at Barry Bonds, I'm sure there's everything you ever wanted to know about Barry Bonds if you look on the Wikipedia, okay? All right, well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start entering data for Babe and Bonds, or just maybe Babe, just to show you, okay? Just to show you just Babe. We're going to just only focus on Babe today, and I'm going to turn the screen to the calculator now, okay? So I'm going to grab my calculator screen, okay? Okay, now you see the calculator. Oh, just kidding. You don't see the calculator, okay? You see the calculator now. All right, boom! Do you see the calculator? Yes. Now I've turned to the page for the calculator just where you need to be. So I want you to open a document, but I want you to open the document so you get this here, these menu. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a list and spreadsheets. You're going to create list. And what you're going to do is right here, who is this? And what is this data, right? I'm going to write home run. Home runs, right? These are all home runs made by Babe Ruth, okay? Now, how many home runs did Babe Ruth hit, right? You're going to put 0, 1. I'm going to put everything. 3. If you want to stop the video and just skip over to after you've entered the data, that's totally fine with me. 29, 54, 59, 35, 41, 46, 25. If you're wondering why I didn't have all this ready, it's because I really wanted to show you step by step how this is done, okay? 47, 60, 54, 46, 49, 46, 41, 34, and 22, and 6. Let's see if this is 22 data, okay? So let's go. I'm going to count to make sure. 8, 16. Yep, 16 plus 6 is 22. And you have to make sure that you don't leave your cursor here. You have to make sure that you've completely entered and you're on 23. You have to, otherwise it doesn't process all the data, okay? It won't process. Now, you have home runs for Babe Ruth on here. Now, remember first thing I'm going to show you is the one variable statistics. So remember, I told you we're going to talk about 3 things, right? We're going to talk about 3 things. One variable statistics and the frequency table or the histogram, and maybe we'll get to the stem and leaf. We'll see, okay? So what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you on here, this screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to press menu. Like, there's something I want to do with the number of home runs. What do I want to do? I want to run a statistics, okay? So right now, what we're doing is one variable statistics, and I'll show you what kind of information it produces. We're going to do stat calculations. And we're going to do one variable statistics. I wonder what that means. Number of lists, just one. Which list is it? It's the number of home runs. You're going to run some data here. Whoa. What happened here? So wait, let's go all the way up. Oh, wow. Okay, here's what it tells us. Are you ready for this? This is called one variable statistics. And this right here, it's the mean. What is the mean? It's the average, right? So what is the average number of home runs that Babe Ruth hit during his season or during his career? And it's about 32, which is amazing, okay? This is sigma x. You guys know a series, right? It's the sum of all his home runs within his career that we showed. These two, I don't want you to worry so much about just yet, okay? This guy here, don't worry about so much yet. And this right here, you can actually look it up if you're curious, okay? You can look it up what this is, okay? Now, how about here? These are both standard deviations. And we're not going to worry about standard deviations just yet. Just know there's two different types of standard deviations, okay? You can look it up too if you're curious right now, but there's a difference between this S and this sigma X, okay? One is for a bigger population, one is for a smaller population. We don't have to worry about that so far. This N value is a number of data that you've entered, and it's 22, which is correct because I've entered 22 data. So again, N is a number of data that you've input. You just have to focus on the mean and maybe the sum of the home runs, okay? But if you don't want to do it in this particular place, like this data table, you can actually open a new page and you're going to add a calculator and you could still run the statistic there. So go to menu statistics and go to stat calculations and just run a one variable statistics. Do the same thing, click on home run, and ta-da, you get the same information. It's kind of laid out even better this case, right? It has a mean, sum, standard deviations. It's got the number of values, but it also has this information here. What does this mean? That means the minimum number of home runs was 0. This is quartile 1. If you know box plot or stem and leaf, median is the middle value, middle number of home runs he ran. This is the third quartile, and then here's the max number of home runs that he ran, okay? So this information, I'm just telling you how to get it, but right now, we're not going to analyze it too much, okay? So let's go back, and I want to do something else. With this data that we've entered with the number of home runs, we're going to open a new document, a new page, but I'm going to add data and statistics. Ta-da! Right now, what you see is it's like basically, what is this called? A scatter plot, right? A scatter plot. A scatter plot doesn't show you anything here, but we're going to make it show us something. We're going to go to click a variable. You're going to click the variable, and we're going to click home runs. What do you want to do? What do you want to see about the home run? Right now, what you see is called a dot plot. Dot plots, they're cute, but they're not that helpful. So what I want to do is I want to go to menu. I want to go to plot type. And when I go to plot type, you have all these different ways to represent this quantitative data. So I'm going to go to dot plot. No, we can't because it's already a dot plot. Let's go to histogram first. Histogram shows you frequency, right? So let's hit on histogram. Ta-da! There's your beautiful histogram. I think that rather than dot plot, I think a histogram shows you in a more organized way. But note, this is not the same thing as a bar graph. This shows you frequency. That's why the y-axis says frequency. It shows you, there's from 0 to 5. From 0 to 5 home runs, okay, there's 4 of them. From 5 to 10 home runs, there's 1 of them. And you can go back and refer back to your notes to make sure that this is all correct. Now, you can change the bins around here too. Okay, I'll let you play around with that. So if you double click, I don't know if you're doing it on your calculator or your computers, but there's ways to double click on both. So if you click on it, you can change actually the scale or the bin settings. The bin setting is each range. So I'm going to go out here. This range is from 0 to 5, right? And this is from 5 to 10. So you can change the bin width, okay? For now, I'll let you play around with it, but for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. This is how you do a histogram. So yay, we're done with the frequency table or the histogram. Now what I want to do is I want to go open another page, data and statistics, and let's go to add a home run, okay? Let's go to home run again, the same thing, right? We went to data statistics. We're taking the same data of Babe Ruth home run. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to menu, plot type. And what do you think we're going to click on? The one that we didn't click on yet, box plot. Here is a box plot. In this box plot, what does it show us? It shows you minimum, maximum. It shows us the first quartile, third quartile, and it shows us median here. But the box plot will come into play in 10.3. So you'll learn all about it in 10.3. So now you just know how to create a box plot, how to interpret it or analyze it. We'll talk about it next time, okay? So that's a box plot, how to create that. But you know this information here, Q1 11, this median of 38, this Q3 47, the max and the min. If you go back here to your, where is our, our one variable cell summary, you can see that these values correlate to what you see on the box plot. Okay, so that's that. So we learned 3 things: box plot, right, or stem and leaf. Okay, a one variable statistics, how to run that. You learned also how to do a histogram and frequency. Of course, there's a lot of nuanced things you can do with this, and I want you to figure that out. Okay, I know that you're much more savvy than I am. Okay, later when we have to do our project, you're gonna have to play around with it and represent the data the best way you think fit. Okay, and this, we also learn how to enter data. Okay, all right, I hope you learned something. Bye. Ask each other and help each other. Okay, bye.